Hello and welcome once again to EduStar Food Journey. Right now we have come with another lecture on daily pronunciations of words. In fact, these are words that you are very familiar with. There are no strange words, there are not difficult words, there are not uncommon words, but daily used words of the English language that most people find difficult to pronounce correctly. And the most annoying part of it is that they don't even understand that they are pronouncing them wrongly. Those are the words I want to make you understand and flow with the ability to pronounce them correctly. Let's begin. This is our commonly daily daily mispronounced words series. Then part 2. These are the words we are going to pronounce today. We learn how to pronounce them and we perfect how to pronounce them. Number 1 is celebrate. 2 is perfect. 3 is permit. 4 is courage. 5 is remote. 6 is short. 7 is use, or you can call it use. 8 is children. 9 is cook. And 10 is Paul. Please do write how you pronounce these words in the comment section. It's of very much importance to us. Write how you've been pronouncing it before now, so that as we progress in our lesson today, you'll be able to understand it better. It will be driven home to you in a much clearer manner. All right. Let's take the IPA pronunciation as shown here in bold. Number 1 is celebrate. Actually, there is a typographical error in the transcription here where you see this schwa sound. It's not schwa sound, it's actually short E sound, as in this, as you can see before the T here, the short E sound here, that is what is supposed to be where the silent R sound is, or the schwa sound is. So the schwa sound is a typing error. That's why it appeared there. So the pronunciation is celebrate, not the way depicted here. You will see it in our other slides. Number 2 is perfect. Perfect. It also has an error in typing. So this is a short S sound depicted here, whereas the sound that should be here is the short E sound. So note that as we progress in our lesson. Number 3 is permit. Although it has 2 pronunciations, we are going to come to that in our progressive lesson today. Okay, number 4 is courage. You can see the transcription here, how it is pronounced. Courage, courage. Not anything else you might have been calling it, or some other people have known it to be. And where I want to place great emphasis before we come to detailed analysis of each of these words is in remote. In fact, all over the society, what you hear people say is remote. I don't know where they got that pronunciation from. Remote. I'm sorry. I'm still giving the pronunciation here. They say remote. I don't know where the moot sound comes from. Is it in the OTE or the re in the RE? Okay, we can say in some pronunciations RE can give re, but what about the mood? I have not seen OTE given oo sound. I mean the O there given oo sound. So it's wrong pronunciation. The right way to pronounce the word remote is simply remote as denoted. So the R sound and short E sound give us re, and then M sound, O sound, and T sound give us mouths. So when we combine them, we have remote. Remote. Can you practice it with me? Say remote. You can say that again. Remote. Practice once again. Remote. And please, anytime you are speaking English that involves any of these words, ensure you infuse each of them in your conversation. Let them be included. I am not teaching this based on the fact that we should know how to write the symbols or signs or get familiar with how to pass them in examinations. It's okay to pass them. It's also part of what we do. But then the main thing is practice, is utilization. The fact that it's of importance in your daily conversations and your speeches with people, in your discussions with people, whenever you're using the English language, you use each of these words, you apply them in your speech. That is the greatest importance of our lesson. Number 6, short. You can look at this word, is another word that people pronounce wrongly. We are coming to that as we progress in the lesson. Number 7 is use for the verb. So that shows you that for the noun, we have another pronunciation. I'm coming to that in the lesson. Okay, number 8 is children, 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 children. Look at the pronunciation. It is not children. I don't know how people do pronounce that. I don't know. But I hear people pronounce something different over here in our own part of the world. So it's important that they learn how to pronounce these words very correctly when they are using them in the discussions, in the conversations. It's important. Children, not children, or whatever thing people do call it. And whatever you think it might have been, just look at the pronunciation and ensure you pronounce it correctly. Pronounce with me so you can get it right. Say children, 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 children. So look at the ch sound here. Let's look at this sound with sh combined gives us ch in the pronunciation. And then we have the short e sound here, as you can see. E sound. You have ch. Then la sound is pronounced chill, chill, chill. Can you see that? Then we come to drun, drun, drun. The sound with the sound and the schwa sound and ma sound, which is drun, drun, drun. When you combine the two syllables, what you get is children, children, not children. We have nothing like that here. Thanks. Number 9, we have cook. Oh, another important word that requires to be pronounced correctly. I've heard people refer to this word as cook with careless abandon. Nobody cares whether it's correctly pronounced or it's wrongly pronounced. In fact, to most people, once they see O in a word, it automatically turns into the long oo sound. For your information, I want you to know that all O pronunciations do not give the long oo sound. In fact, many O pronunciations I have seen do give us short oo sound. You can see, as in cook, as in fall, as in word, as in hold, and several other O word pronunciations. So note it. This is the short oo sound, sounding O. Cock. Can you see that? Cock. Cock. Now pronounce with me. Say cock. Say it again. Cock. Cock. Good. Not cook. Cook. It's wrong to say cook, even though the spelling depicts so. What we are dealing with is pronunciation, not spelling. What we are dealing with is pronunciation, not what? Spelling. Number 10, which is Paul. It's pronounced as Paul. not pool. Many people do call it pool. There is a word I know that sounds that way, and that is the word spelled as Pool. That is what you call pool. Not this one spelled as Pull. Pull is pronounced fool. I'm sorry for putting the for sound in the place of P. So we have Paul, 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 Paul. Just the way you pronounce fall. That is Full. And fall, Fool. So that is how you pronounce Paul, with just the interchange of per sound and for sound. So that is how you pronounce the word. You do not say pool simply because you see U and LL. You say pool. No, it's Paul. Not that. So let me know if you'd like further help on any of these pronunciations. So what this means is, if there is any word here that you think you've not yet understood how to pronounce, or you find very difficult to a kind of relate with what I have taught here, you can place your comment, your confusion on the comment in the comment section, so that we can find a way to help you better. Ask your question in a personal manner so we can help you personally. Thank you. Then the next slide says an enhanced version of the list with IPA transcriptions, elaborations, and notes on alternate pronunciations or common mispronunciations. Now, this is more elaborate analysis of each of these words. More elaborate analysis of each of these words. Let's look at them more closely. Number one is celebrate. You can see what I was talking about. So that's also a kind of mistake in the, it's not actually a mistake. It was intentional because I couldn't find the exact short E sound from the typing letters. So I had to place this. But note, let me zoom it so you can see what I'm talking about. Look at the short E sound here, represented as I, the letter I. So it's not actually I. It is supposed to be the way this one is, as this short E sound is, but just know that is what is supposed to be there. And you pronounce celebrate. Celebrate. Pronounce with me. Celebrate. Good. At this juncture, we go for the next part of it. Number is not actually number. The point one is the meaning. What this word means is to acknowledge an event or occasion with festivities. To acknowledge an event or occasion with festivities. Note on this, often mispronounced as celebrate. Celebrate. Please note the word is not pronounced as celebrate. In fact, when we come to stressing of words, you will understand what I mean by all of these or each of these. Yes, you will understand it better, because I think stress helps a lot to make us understand how we pronounce various syllables of words. So it's not celebrate, but celebrate. Thank you. Correct syllable, correct stress is on the first syllable. You can see it there. That mark or accent here is the stress we are talking about. Number two is perfect. 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 As an adjective, you call it perfect. Perfect. So it actually has two pronunciations, and we come into that. So in the meaning part of it, It simply represents or means without flaw. Without flaw. That is, other meanings we can give here is immaculate, flawless, which other word? There are many, but let's just go by these few. So we say the next one, alternate pronunciation, that is the verb aspect, is pronounced as perfect, perfect, perfect. So it's all about stressing here that brings about the interchange or alternate pronunciation. So you can see there is a shift from there is a shift of stress from the first syllable to the second syllable. So the one that has the stress receives greater force or greater pronunciation, while the other one is kind of doused or reduced in force. Here's what I mean. Perfect, perfect, perfect. That is, we have a force on per or the first syllable, while the other one, second syllable, receives a shorter or slightly lower pronunciation. You get that? Or lower force. Then in the verb aspect of it, there is a shift from the first syllable stressing to the second syllable stressing. And that makes the word lose its force on the first syllable. And then it's taken to the second syllable. And we have, in the verb aspect of it, perfect, 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 perfect. So, fact. Can you see? Fact. That is where the stress comes. That is where more force comes. And so on and so forth. But the impression I want to correct is the interchange. There are two impressions that I want to correct here. The first is the interchange of these alternate pronunciations. You can see that in the noun aspect, we simply have perfect, not perfect. There is nothing like that. Not perfect. Not perfect, as so many people say. Some even omit some ellipse the k sound. That is the C present C, given rise to k sound, and say perfect, perfect, perfect. I don't know how they pronounce it. Forgive me. So notes, it is simply pronounced as perfect if it is the adjective. But if it's the noun, if it's the verb, you say perfect, perfect. So, example, to perfect a skill. That is for the verb aspect. Note, pay attention to stress shift. I have not finished my analysis on the two things I want you to learn from the word perfect. Perfect. So, note, pay attention to stress shift between noun, stroke verb, and verb terms. So note that it should be well noted. Take it into your memory. Now, the second point I want to raise from here is the general mispronunciation of the word perfect. In fact, most people call it perfect. So, placing stress on both syllables. I have not seen a word that has such capacity. The capacity to have stress on both syllables is not possible. You can have many stress anyway, but you can't have stress on both syllables. Okay, we continue. Number 4, permits. We have two pronunciations here. The verb aspect is permit. Permit, where the stress comes on the second syllable. So the meaning of the word is, as a verb, is to allow something. To allow something. Then alternate pronunciation is the noun part. the noun aspect of the word. And how we pronounce it is permit. Permit. Have you seen that? Permit. Do you see? The long S sound. P, P, R, M, E, T. You call it permit. 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 So that is the pronunciation for the noun aspect of permit. So whatever the case, learn that. Example, a parking permit. So that is it. Note, another case of stress shift depending on part of speech. Number 4, courage, meaning the ability to face fear or difficulty. Common error, mispronounced with ku sound, which is incorrect. In my own part of the world, people pronounce it here as courage. Courage. Please, it's wrong. In fact, the two vowel sounds are pronounced wrongly, where they pronounce the first vowel sound as O, long O sound, and they pronounce the second vowel sound as a. Courage. Courage, the way they see the spelling. I want it to be noted by you that words are not usually pronounced the way they are spelled. It's only in some cases that such occurs, where you have a word pronounced the way it's spelled. Most words are not pronounced the way they are spelled at all. In fact, if there are in any way, there is but some connection with that pronunciation. And that is why it's important you study pronunciation separately. It can help you know how to spell words because automatically it helps you master words. In fact, virtually all the words you use, all the words in use in the English language, how you can spell them. Because when you learn how to pronounce a word correctly, you know that word particularly. It also helps you to master that word personally, master it individually. Know that this word is spelled this way as much as it is pronounced this way. But then note that words are not usually pronounced the way they are spelled. So courage is simply courage. That is how you pronounce it, courage. So k and the silent O sound, a, and the r sound, and the short e sound, and g sound. These are the sounds that come together to make the word courage in pronunciation. Regardless of what you see in the spelling, Courage. So somebody can say because the AGE as a word referring to the age of a person, somebody's number of years, or number of months, a number of time spent already on earth. You say we say age. So anywhere you see the word, you simply call it, you simply bring up the same pronunciation. It's wrong. Yes, it's wrong. So simply know that the word courage is pronounced as courage, not courage, and not courage, whatever people may have been calling it. Common error. We've mentioned that correct vowel is short. No, it's not short or please. That is a typing error. It's silent or sound, as in cup. Correct. Number 5, remote. So I have placed some emphasis on this, so no need repeating that. So because of time, simply means far away in distance or time. Mispronunciation, sometimes stressed on the first syllable. Incorrect, yes. That is, most people call it here. Remote. I don't know. So some also call it remote for those that are a kind of enlightened a bit than others. So they call it remote. I don't know. Whatever the case. In either case, it's incorrect. Note it. It's incorrect. You simply say remote as is shown in the transcription here. Remote. Re and what? Mote. Thank you very much. The stress comes on the second syllable. Now, next is short. I've also elaborated greatly on this before now. Meaning is modal verb indicating obligation or advice. Note the la sound is silent. The letter L in the word is silent. That is why most people find it very difficult. They try to pronounce everything they see in a word. But that is not so. Pronunciation stands out as a separate study in English. Pronunciation is separate from grammar and from writing. These are three individual studies on their own in the English language. So you should be able to study them separately. You should be able to know them individually, understand them individually, even though they work collectively or they work together. You should know how to study them, learn them, master them individually, and give them that honor. So, having said this, we proceed. Mispronunciation, saying should is wrong, or pronouncing the la sound or the L, the letter L in the word is wrong. Number 7, the word use. I will emphasize on this. The word use is a verb here. When it's a verb, we already know that we can say use as a verb. We can also say use as a noun. So the word use has to, for now, is in the case of two parts of speech, verb and noun. These two parts of speech are pronounced differently, even though they have the same word, use. As in the verb, you say use, 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 use. Then in the noun, you say use, use, use. What's the difference? See, use for the verb and then use for the noun. The difference is the sound for the verb and the sound for the noun. What's the meaning? To apply something for a purpose, and alternate is noun as already stated. Use, example, the use of this tool. The use of this tool, not the use of this tool. Most people do combine or just use some of these words with careless abandon. They don't even care. As long as it has the same spelling, it's the same pronunciation. It's not so. It's just like the word tear, where you have tear, referring to a liquid that comes out of the eye when someone is emotionally moved or is crying. So you call it tear. That is the noun aspect of it. But when you mean to cut something into shreds or into pieces, mostly using the hands, which is a verb, you call it tear. Please be careful not to tear my paper, or be careful not to tear my book, or be careful not to tear my piece of clothes. You get that? So you simply mean the verb aspect of it. It's pronounced differently. That is how the word use is pronounced differently when it's a verb and when it's a noun. Number 3, I think I've said much on this, but to wrap it up here with this word, we say children. You can see it, children. children. That's the pronunciation, meaning young human beings. Common errors, saying children, children. You can see the way it is represented, or children. That's what most people call it down here. Children. It's wrong. Simply children. The L sound is not silent. It's pronounced. It's voiced. You can hear it out. It's pronounced. Notes. Only 2 syllables, not 3. There are 2 syllables. Children. Children. Number 9. Cook, meaning to prepare food with heat. Common error, mispronounced as cook. Yes, as in cool. Please note that. Incorrect. That is incorrect. Correct vowel is short U sound, like in book. Correct. We've talked in length about that. Number 10 is pull. 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 As I said earlier, this word takes the short U sound, not the long U sound, meaning to draw something towards you. And common error is mispronounced as pool, like pool, P-O-O-L. Please, it's P-O-O-L that has the pool sound, not the P-U-L-L. Thank you. Correct vowel is short U, not long U sound. All right, I want you to note this. Please do write 2 words you would like us to pronounce in the comment. Have you ever commented on our posts? Have you ever written a thing on our posts? Please do that. It will enhance us with knowledge on how to help you better. The things you need, the areas we can meet your need personally. How can we know your need? We are not gods to read your heart. So it's based on what you comment, what you tell us, that we'll be able to know the right way to personalize our teaching. In as much as we teach all of these meeting the needs of the general public. Yes, there are some personal needs you might have regarding how to pronounce certain words, or some of these words we've taught here, and others we are still going to teach. But there are some words, there are some areas of even such words that you need personal clarification. Please do write such things in the comment section. Finally, if you followed throughout this lesson, that's great. I say bravo. To encourage us to bring you more of your daily word pronunciation, please subscribe, like, drop a comment, and share. Stay connected for our next class. See you. God bless you.